working through all the free video tutorials on the BERNINA 890 so you can master your machine from the beginning to the end. Now, one of the questions people ask me all the time is, do I need to buy all different kinds of colors of thread? Here we're going to talk about which colors you really need to own and how you could get away with the least amount of colors for all the different fabrics that you're probably going to be serging. So right now you do see that we have a color for each of the different color-coded areas for the serger. I recommend this as you begin your serging journey to help you identify, okay, the yellow is doing this and the blue one is doing this. And you can easily see all the parts and pieces of how the stitch comes together. Plus, it's also going to match what's on your screen. So as you're looking at each of the different stitches and the graphic that they have provided us, you're going to see, oh, the green one is here and the blue one is here. Now, as soon as you switch to all white thread, so by the way, number one, you're going to need 4 whites because you really can't have like a cream or a gray in and underneath a white piece of fabric. It's going to shadow through and you're going to see it. So it is ideal to have all white thread. So 4 whites is going to be one of the things that you're going to purchase. But wait, I'm going to show you what you can do if you only have, say, 2 spools of white. What could we do to save you from buying the other 2? But all in all, you're probably going to need white anyway, so buy 4 whites. But one of the things you're going to notice, especially when you're doing construction seams, is whatever color is in your far needle. So if you only have 1 needle in, it's what's in your needle. If you have 2 needles in, it's going to be what's in your left needle. Now we're talking serging, not cover stitch. But whatever's in that outside needle is the one that you're going to see if you kind of pull on your fabric and see inside that seam. Now you don't see much because yellow is always the left needle when you are set up for a 4 thread. So yellow usually blends into my cream fabric. So by the way, it kind of blends. That would be one way to do it. We could have also put all 4 whites on here. But let's say this fabric is hot pink. Do you need 4 spools of hot pink? No. Well, there is a time and place for 4 spools of hot pink. But all in all, you will find, just like you probably have for when you are quilting or piecing your blocks together if you're a quilter, you probably use a lot of gray or cream colors because they do blend with a lot of different colored patterns. So even if you're sewing a black to a white, you're kind of going to just say, okay, I'm going to use gray or cream because it does blend. So that would be something else. Tell me in the comments below, do you tend to go and buy gray or cream? We have usually 2 groups of people that are out there. Some people love cream, some people love gray. Which one is it? So whatever one you are, buy 4 spools of that. Then you could always rotate that on when you're doing very colorful things. And then again, if it's like a light blue garment you're making, you can always, or how about this, like a purple. So if I just had a spool of thread that matched my fabric color, I would then put that on the outside needle, so where the yellow is, and then just put the gray on the inside or cream on the inside, and that will look wonderful. I did mention, why would I want 4 spools of hot pink? Well, if you really are going to get into where people are seeing the insides, maybe it's for a 4-H project, they're going to look at the inside and they're going to want to see 4 spools of thread on your serge seam that all match your fabric. So do keep in mind that you're probably going to get judged if they're not matching, so definitely match. But what happens if you had 2 spools of the color you're looking for, but you really didn't want to buy those extra 3rd and 4th spool? What you can do, so we find that your loopers, the upper looper and the lower looper, use the most thread, would you say? It is true. So always put your cones that are fullest on your loopers. That's ideal. Then you can actually wind a bobbin from one of those cones, 2 bobbins actually, if you're doing a 4 thread, and put the bobbin you have filled in the position for your needles. And that way, it's going to be used up just like you would use up a bobbin on your sewing machine. So you know you're going to get a long ways before those bobbins are going to run out. But you are going to need to keep an eye on them and then maybe just switch them out for new filled bobbins on the needle positions when you're trying to match. So you can get away with 2 cones of a very specific color, wind bobbins, use bobbins on your serger. That is totally legit. Now I did hold up a smaller spool, so just remember you can always find a matching spool that is a much smaller size. So you don't always need a cone. You could buy one of the smaller spools that you're used to buying and then put that on your outside needle. So if you're not being judged, then that would totally suffice. Now let's talk about dark threads. 4 blacks would be ideal, but some people like to have like a charcoal gray or a chocolate brown and a navy. So you could actually mix all 4 of those colors and then just put, like if you're sewing navy, you might put the navy color cone on the outside and then just kind of rotate them around. So if you need a brown, then you're putting the chocolate brown on the outside needle and then just have dark colors on the inside. So, but 4 blacks would work well. So if you had 4 blacks, 4 whites, and 4 neutrals, you can really get away with just about anything, and then just match your thread as needed with smaller cones or bobbins, depending on how much serging you're actually doing. So I hope that was helpful to save you money on getting thread, but do make sure that you're buying quality coned thread. We have a video on quality threads. If you put not so great threads, or we'll say inexpensive threads in this high performance serger, you might not get the results that it is designed to give you. So don't skimp out on threads. Buy quality thread, whether it's cones or regular smaller ones, and you are going to be set for smooth sailing no matter what color of fabric you select. We have lots of videos and some of our other online courses in the description below, and if you want to watch all these videos in order, there is a playlist that you can click and kind of binge watch from the beginning. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified of all the new videos that will be coming out in the future.